You're watching Homebrew, hosted by Big Secue at secue.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Big Secue Visits. In this series we are visiting Brewmeister in Keith in Moray in Scotland. And I've just arrived. I've had a good almost 3-hour journey up from Dundee to the wilds of nowhere where I am to visit the Brewmeister guys, and I can't find anyone. I'm looking for Lewis Shand, but he's not around. Lewis! Oh! How you doing? Not bad, mate. Welcome to Brewmeister. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. That was, you were just round down there at practicing.
I was way up in the hills,
Right,
and I didn't realise you'd arrived.
Right.
So,
Well,
would you like to come and see how we make beer?
Thank you very much, I would love to. Let's do it. Right, so Lewis, you've got a couple of mates here, your business partner.
Yeah, this is Sir John Allott. We've all got brewery names. This is Sir John Allott. He's co-director here, and then head brewer to the right there is Tony Tinderface. Due to the beard.
Yeah.
What's my nickname?
Bruce Robbinsbane.
Bruce Robbinsbane, because I accidentally killed a robin once.
Oh.
That's a shame, I cried.
He's a robin killing bastard! So we're going to have a look at the process that Brewmeister guys use to make their beer. They do all sorts of different beers. You've got a hop to the gates of hell one, a 10 one, which is 10%.
10.1%.
10.1% alcohol. And there's also a really, really strong one called Armageddon, which is currently still the strongest beer in the world, 65% alcohol.
Yeah.
So
We've also got Black Cock as well.
I forgot to mention it. How could I forget Black Cock?
You forget Black Cock.
You really like that beer, don't you, Lewis?
I love a Black Cock on a Friday night after a hard week of work.
It's fair to say Lewis loves the cock.
I do love, especially the Black Cock.
Especially
Black Cock.
So,
I should say it is actually named after a type of bird. We're not being.
of course, yeah.
Not being. I don't know what the word
Like
is.
anybody else without anything. Right, so we're going to have a look at some grains, and first of all, we're going to start off looking at grains and ingredients and hops and things. So, Lewis,
We'll start at this end because
Alright.
this is the base malt. I know you do home brew, so you've probably seen these before, but this is Maris Otter. It's crushed. We buy it in crushed because we don't have room
Don't have a mill
for a mill.
Yeah.
We are moving to the unit across there shortly.
Right.
So it's kind of a temporary unit just now. We've got a nice new brew system and bottling line and all that.
Cool,
So
cool.
we'll also get a mill. Here we've got chocolate malt, so that's one that we use in the Black Cock.
Yeah.
Along here we have got caramel or caramelised malt.
yeah, that's looking good.
That's a really nice one for colour and sweetness. Munich as well. It's a nice malty malt. There, it looks a lot like the Maris Otter. Obviously, it's a special
base, is it?
Yeah, well, you can't. I mean, we did a single malt. Well, one of our other beers is the single malt.
Yeah.
And when we made that at first, we just used Munich, but we've changed now to a smoked malt.
Right.
But what's done with that is the burn old whiskey casks and smoked Maris Otter.
Ah.
So that's a single malt as well. So it's got a nice smoky whiskey flavour to it as
sounds
well.
good,
So we'll see if we can get to try that later on.
Cool.
This one here, delivers. You've probably seen that before, have you?
Oats.
Flaked torrefied barley, I think it's a
Torrefied
technical.
barley,
Yeah,
right.
people call it different things, but that's a nice one for delivering body, and it also helps the mash strain as well.
Got you.
It's a nice one there. Obviously, we've got our wheat as well, which is good for giving the beer a head.
Yeah, right.
And then across here, I think this is torrefied wheat, and that's good for the head as well, head retention. And then the last main, we've obviously used different ones, but these are the ones that we use in most of them. And this is dark crystal, really nice one.
Oh, look at that.
That's a really nice. Do you want to have a wee taste of that? It's really nice.
Lovely.
Sometimes put that one in coffee. Actually, it's really dark and. Is it that these crystals obviously got different numberings, and this is a dark one.
Give me have you got any milk in a bowl?
It's delicious, isn't it? We actually made one recently. Those guys made one called Better Than Breakfast.
Yeah, they were mentioning that earlier.
And it's made with muesli, and that's all the mash is. Just heaps of muesli, mash it, and make a beer out of it. But, it's still been fermented in a little homebrew bucket in the fermentation chamber across there.
That one sounds interesting.
Well, we're looking forward to trying that. Yeah, it should be good. So these are the malts, the main malts that we use. We obviously buy smaller amounts of ones for specialty beers and all that. And of course we've got the hops as well, which I can show you.
Hops are my favourite. Are they really? I love hops.
Okay. So other hops that we use: Target, Northern Brewer. We use them together quite a lot. They go really well together.
I don't think I've ever smelt Northern Brewer before.
It's 11.2 alpha acids in that.
It smells quite earthy.
It smells for a while.
It's not hugely pungent.
It's not.
It's quite a gentle aroma to it.
Yeah, it's nice, and we use that in our ales. We do 500ml bottles as well. We make one called the Lochnagar. That goes in there with Target. Don't give away the secrets now. Said I wasn't going to.
He's only joking!
Yeah, we use them all. What else have we got here? We've got Fuggles. Fuggles, have you ever used Fuggles before?
I've used that before, yeah.
That's quite a nice one. I think that's probably an old bag, actually. Yeah, they don't like the smell of Fuggles.
I must admit, I think, to be honest, British, not that I've got anything against British hops, but for me, I like the really punchy, pungent hops with big aromas.
Yeah,
citrusy, fruity,
and
so I don't think there's really many British hops that do that, are there?
Unless you're making a really mild sort of amber ale or something like that. They're good for that, but it just depends on the style. But we've got Bowbeck here as well.
I've never seen that.
Bowbeck's a really nice one. We use that in the blondes that we make. That's a really sort of green hop. I believe,
I can smell there's a nice.
I believe they're made in Slovenia, somewhere like that.
Oh.
Yeah. We all get through Charles Farm. So shouting out against you.
Shout out to Charles Farm!
They didn't pay me to say that.
The bad batch.
Yeah.
So we've had a look at the ingredients, hops and malt. Let's now go around the corner here, have a look at your
Production area. This is, as I said earlier, we are moving across the road to the new building soon. We're getting a new brew system, because the system we've got at the moment is very basic. Because when we started up, very, very low budget. But we've been lucky enough to get some investment, so we're going to buy a nice big new brew system across there. We're also opening a shop as well. Good. So that will be merchandising for years.
Yeah.
We'll probably serve on tap as well, food tours as well. So it'll be good. But at the moment we're stuck to just our very basic system.
You need to come and see Lewis when he's in his new brewery. Beer on tap, shop, merchandise,
Hops, grain, free samples.
Yeah.
Brewmeister.co.uk. And like us on Facebook as well.
Indeed. Yeah.
Trying to get our likes up.
I'll put a link here on the screen, as
Just
well
there.
as in the description.
Yeah.
Okay.
Click. So just a very simple brew kettle. It's only 530 litres. It's tiny compared to a lot of breweries, which means we have to brew an awful lot to make decent quantities of beer.
Oh, get those elements. Look, it's me, Big Secue. It's me against the elements. Oh, that was fucking awful, wasn't it?
So yeah, it gets pumped into there, which is the mash tuns. Empty just now, there's nothing in it, so it's just an empty vessel. Back into the kettle, boiled up. We boil for an hour. Some brews do an hour and a half. We find an hour works best because obviously before it goes through the cooler, it's still hot. Of course, right? It probably does get an hour and a half. Some of these an hour and a half. But, that's what works for us. That's our cooler over there, that blue thing.
Right, okay, so you're running cold water through this?
Yeah.
While you're pumping that through?
It's basically just a larger version of the Blitchman, I don't know how to pronounce it, it's German, but it's a larger version of that. And it's very good. It does get blocked up now and again with hops, so we've got to open it up and clean it, sanitise it, and that's a bit of a pain.
Yeah. Do you think it might not get blocked as much with pellets, or would it not matter?
Well, we've been wondering that. We certainly will be experimenting. Once we move across the new brewery, we'll also have to get a bigger one of these with probably a 4,000 litre setup, so that wouldn't handle it.
So what's your maximum litrage at the minute?
That's 530.
530 litres.
Yeah.
So you can do a boil of 530.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's for breweries. It's small. I mean, for a building this size, it's small.
Yeah, it's small I suppose for.
But the good thing, I mean, beer. A lot of people say beer tastes a lot better in small batches as well. So it's basically a big homebrew setup. That's all it is.
And do you know what I was saying to John and
Tinderface?
When I first arrived, I was saying to John and Tinderface that I think out of all the breweries that I've visited, I think I like this one the best, or at least I like this visit the best because it's just like a slightly bigger homebrew set. It really is.
That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. We've got some fancy tools to help us out. Well, that's the filter behind me there, for example. That's obviously, we're kind of skipping stages just now, but that's after it's been in the conditioner.
Yeah.
We use that. And it's very, very light filter pads because if you filter too much, then you can take the flavour away.
Sure.
But then, maybe it's counterintuitive because we bottle condition all our beers.
You do, and I was going to ask you about that. So you are filtering it but lightly because you need to keep enough yeast in your beer.
Well, we add a little bit more yeast before bottling.
You add some yeast as
Yeah,
well.
we find that speeds it up.
And are you batch priming? I'm assuming you're batch priming.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. After it comes out of the filter, we'll probably leave it for a day just to let it settle again. Because you don't get all of the sediment out. Just leave it for just a day, and then we add the priming sugar and a little bit of yeast. I mean, minuscule amount of yeast.
Yeah.
Tiny amount of yeast.
So it goes from there,
And then it goes across into there, which is our fermentation chamber. That's what we call it. It's got other names, but
this thing here.
yeah.
This with the posters on it.
This is where all the beer ferments inside here.
And can we have a look inside, or is that?
I suppose we could.
We don't want to disturb the beer.
No,
because it's sleeping inside.
Yeah, I'm sure we
But we
could.
can have a little peek.
Yeah. Got this from Australia actually. I was visiting a brewery in Australia and I bought this in a gift shop. So I'll maybe get a Scottish one and put a deer there or something like that.
I noticed the highly technological
Oh yeah.
glass at the top there. Hold on, wait.
Here we go. Not much happening in just. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. There's not much happening in here just now because we're getting ready for the move. But that's one of the fermentation tanks.
Oh, it's nice and warm in there.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a warm day anyway. I think the heat should be dropped. But this is where we bottle condition the batches once they're bottled as well. Just to let because it's very cold down here. So we put it in here for a wee while and then take it out in the cold, and that lets the CO2 kind of stick in the beer.
Yeah.
I'm not the head brewer here, so you'll have to excuse some of my terms.
So you're carving up beers at the minute as well?
That's what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah. That was bottled the other day.
They're bottle carving. I'm not sure if we'll... Hold on a minute. Hold on while I get out the very technical Big Secue lighting rig. There we go.
And that makes
lots of difference. That makes so much difference. Is that any better? Can you see that?
Yeah,
That's boxes of bottles of beer, carbing, bottle conditioning, in a homebrew style.
Exactly. That's the best way to do it. So that's fermentation. We ferment for anything between 7 days, and sometimes it even takes 14. Things like the Armageddon take a lot longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the fermentation that happens in there. We are, when we move into the new unit, we want beer. That's from the Prohibition.
We want beer, damn you!
The new brew system across there will all be insulated glycol.
Yeah.
But we're getting by what we get just now, and we're making as much beer as we can, and we're selling it. It's going out as soon as it's bottle carb, basically.
So you've got your fermenter in there, and you've got your carbig in there. Mm-hmm. What are we doing with these 220 litre?
Well, that's one of the conditioning tanks just there.
Right.
So once it's conditioned, then it gets filtered and put into these for bottling. So once it goes in here, that's where it sits for a day, and that's when we prime the sugar and then connect it up to the bottling machine. It's a semi-automatic.
Yeah,
very basic. Costs $2,000 for that piece of
hell?
piece of metal.
Wait till you see this, $2,000 worth.
You wouldn't think it.
No,
I think I could knock one of them up myself, but it's either that or do contract brewing. But I like the idea of just everything's made in here. I don't like sending it away in IBC tanks to another brewery to get bottled up when we can do it here ourselves.
True.
And I don't expect for the beer to be in the back of the water get sloshed about in an IBC tank either.
No, I think you're right, definitely.
It's much better. After it's cooled, you've got to treat the beer like it's a princess. You don't disturb it at all. It's got to be really gently handled. And, so we've got to turn our pumps right down to minimum. So it means the whole process takes longer, but the beer tastes a lot better in the end. You get thirsty now, right?
Oh, I've got to drive home. Every time I do a brewery tour, I've got to bloody drive.
They should open one in Dundee then, shouldn't they?
They should.
Well, then you wouldn't have to drive.
Yeah.
You'd walk home.
I need a tour bus.
That's exactly right.
I need some kind of tour bus with a double bed in it, and a bar, and a shower, and a swimming pool. That'd be good. Right, now Lewis, we've seen your production area, but this area is actually built within a cardboard fort, isn't it?
It is indeed,
The
yes.
Brewmeister brewery is actually encapsulated, or at least a part of it is encapsulated, within a cardboard fort. So we're going to now exit the cardboard fort production area, and then we'll go and have another look at some other piece of the facilities. You don't believe me, you bastards? Wait till you see it. Oh, what my helmet or what? Oh shit! Right, we've now exited the production area. What? Someone's been fucking around with me while I was through there. We've now had a look at the grains and the hops. I've had a look at the production area contained within this cardboard fort. You didn't believe me, did you? You didn't believe me. Well, get stuffed. I think we should go and look at the prize, the jewel in the Brewmeister crown, which is the Armageddon Beer at 65% alcohol.